Blox Bulletin issue number 2 is out. If you're wondering why there's music in the background, I'm sorry. I'm at a little fancy little place right now, but as you know, I'm on vacation. But let's take a look at the Blox Bulletin number 2. The first picture we see at the front is this. And I wonder if this has anything to do with the old Blox Bulletin. And of course, I have my brother here with me to help me.
Yeah.
Yep, he just said yo, and he'll be commentating too with me. He'll give us some ideas to, figure out what this might be. But anyway, what do you think this is?
To be honest, I don't really know what it is. I don't really know.
Okay,
like,
let's delve deeper into this. So first, we see this picture. Wanted, Gate and Forge strike again. Deadly partners in crime. So Gate and Forge, I think, are these two guys. But what they're doing here? This is Quake.
And yeah, that's Portal.
Oh, Portal, yes.
Yeah.
This is a portal. They're driving away into a portal. I think he's summoning one. We see this background. And this is the guy that was selling the car, right? There's an audience too, right, watching? And this is the guy that was selling the car last time. Sorry for the noise. But we see Portal. So this might be getting a rework. Portal might be reworked. But anyway, let's keep reading on. A one-of-a-kind vehicle has been stolen. The notorious duo Gate and Forge has struck again. So, I guess they're partners in crime and they're very popular, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this time during a public auction of a custom-built experimental vehicle. Witnesses report a perfectly timed operation. Gate opened a portal mid-sail, while Forge summoned towering structures out of thin air, blocking all pursuit routes within seconds. So, that is Portal. That is probably Portal or Quake. One of those. Well, we know for sure one person's using Portal, and the other guy, we don't know what he's using. I have a feeling it's Quake or Rumble maybe. The pair vanished with the vehicle before security could react. While the stolen car isn't considered dangerous, its unique experimental tech makes it priceless, and now it's in the wrong hands. Authorities are on high alert. Gate and Forge are known for their bold tactics and impossible getaways. They didn't just escape, they left a maze behind, said a stunned witness. Report any sightings immediately. Do not attempt to engage. So, we have more Q&As. King YouTuber. Is Divine Art going to be released soon? Divine Art was originally planned to be something bigger, but we had to backlog it to avoid delaying the Dragon update any further. One of its abilities also ran into a major Roblox engine bug that's out of our control, so there's no plans to release it anytime soon. Okay, MNS Gamer said, will there be a trading update? A lot of people are frustrated with the 4 fruit limit and 40% value rule. Like if you're trading something that costs Robux like 2 times mastery, you still need to add more fruits. We have big plans for the trading system. Okay, so that's a good sign for me. We have big plans for the trading system. We're exploring new tradable item types. That is amazing. Expanding beyond 4 slots and possibly introducing a new brand new trading hub world. Wow, that's amazing. And on the side, we see this. The mysterious scientist's new breakthrough, innovation and secrets. And it's just the picture right here of a scientist going, "Aw!" And we see the cup, "I love Blox fruits."
Are you making body?
The enigmatic scientist behind Fruit Awakenings has reportedly achieved another breakthrough. Sources whisper that he's found a way to push fruits beyond their natural limits. Not through Awakenings, but through something far more obscure. So, something's gonna happen to something. I don't know, actually. It's no clue, honestly. Subtle shifts, unseen changes, powers that weren't meant to surface. Okay, so maybe that has something to do with this guy, these Gate and Forge. Okay, not all experiments succeed, but the ones that do, they're extraordinary. What exactly has he uncovered? What kind of process will those who dare to go through? And more importantly, what happens next? The experiment begins soon. Stay alert and prepare yourself, okay? But anyway, let's go back to reading this stuff. Why haven't the devs released a fruit awakening in the last 2.5 years? Okay, so this is a good question. Why do you think?
Because it would be like way too OP.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, I agree actually. But anyway, awakenings were originally a way to add new content and give players more to unlock, making older fruits viable again without removing the original moveset. But that was years ago. With a bigger team now, we're shifting toward full reworks that modernize the entire fruit. No need to slap a flashy awakening onto an outdated kit. The upcoming Gravity rework is a great example. As a mythical fruit, I feel powerful and modern. It should feel powerful and modern by default, just like the Dragon rework. So they're saying that awakenings aren't a very good way to upgrade a fruit, I guess. They're saying reworks are kind of a better way to do it, because instead of just putting an awakening on the thing and making the move set like better, they're reworking the whole fruit so that there's new moves, you know, it fits more up to its rank, you know, all that stuff. Okay, anyway, can the cruise system get an update? Oh, this one's a good question. Yes, but we haven't started this yet. There's obvious things we'd like to add, like crew ranks, but we have much larger ambitions to rework crews entirely. Okay, that's something that you need to watch out for. Okay, will our gravity fruits be turned into tokens like what happened with Dragon? Probably not. No, we do not plan on introducing gravity tokens. Dragon tokens existed because of the 2 dragon fruit options, so there's only going to be 1 new gravity. How many updates after the coming one do you plan on releasing? Map, UI, and crew reworks. These reworks take more thought than it might seem. We're not just replacing maps. We're keeping the nostalgia while adding side missions, puzzles, and expanded stories. Previous map reworks went through several revisions, and early UI styles were scrapped after the community's feedback. A new roadmap is coming later this year, but expect blog posts soon with more insight and teasers. So, more blogs later. Okay, once we're finishing this Q&A, one more question. We're gonna go through some of my brother's ideas. Why is it so hard for devs to just drop mini updates with bug fixes and balance changes while we wait for the big ones? This was a workflow issue in the past. We used to bundle new content, bug fixes, and balance changes together, which meant we couldn't release one without the others. Fixes would get stuck behind unfinished content. Luckily, that's been solved recently, so you can expect more of these smaller updates between major ones moving forward. Okay, so that's a good thing. So the Q&A, do you think the questions were good?
Yeah, pretty good, but maybe a bit. I don't know, but pretty good questions, and I think,
Maybe they could have
Yeah.
asked better ones.
yeah.
I feel like they should have asked something like, can you give us clues about which fruits are being reworked?
Yeah.
And, okay, after reading the Q&As, what do you think about this?
This is really weird. Maybe, that guy, maybe it's related to the other blog.
Yeah, maybe.
And why does this guy have, it looks like this guy's wearing armor.
True. Actually,
What if they
they
add
could
armor?
add armor. They already have like accessories, but
Yeah,
like no
yeah.
armor.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I forgot to read this. Unveiled, secrets, surprises, and more. Okay. Anyway, we're on to community. Oh, okay, this is just the chromatic spotlight. Okay. Standout. So this is just chromatic contest winners, and This isn't related really to the update, the big update. It could be though. The new update could have something to do with new chromatic skins. Okay. Anyway, developer thought we still have some empty space left on the Tiki outpost. Maybe we can add a new boss fight to this area in the next update? Maybe. Stay tuned for next week's blog post for sneak peeks of newly reworked fruits. Oh yes, this is what we need. This is what we need. Everybody, read this 50 times. Okay, but anyway, that was issue number 2. Let's see if we can compare this thing and this thing. So this we see 3 people or 3 fruits, right? And they're just in the shadows, right?
Yeah.
And then here we see them not in the shadows, but they don't look that similar. Okay, let's try to compare these fruits. So for this one, personally, I think it's magma. I think the fruit is magma. I think magma is getting a rework. You know, magma's a good fruit already, but like it needs to be upgraded more. So like, you know. And look at the stem. Doesn't that stem look a lot like this one?
Oh yeah. And also the eyes, like kind of like
yeah.
one's like jaggedy.
Yeah.
And one is like bigger.
Yeah.
Like,
and then we got this one. This was the most confusing one. Okay, honestly, I think this is Pain. Because look at the stem, and then look at the eye, right? Pain only has one eye, right? And if you look at Pain, the stem looks a little like it, right? Does
Yeah.
the stem look a little like
also
this?
like that's a bandaged eye.
Yeah,
Maybe
and there's a
like,
bandaged eye. So this, I guess, is the bandaged eye, and he's just normal right now.
Yeah.
Because he's getting reworked. So that's my guess. And then this one's probably Gravity. But if this one was not Gravity, I feel like it's Venom. Because, like, if you take a look at the Venom fruit,
I know.
look at the stem.
Look at the stem.
It looks a little similar, right? Okay, and my other guess is not Shadow. I don't think it's Shadow. My other guess for that fruit is not Barrier. Everyone thinks it's Barrier for some reason. But I think Magma's the one on the right. Okay, I don't know what happened. Sorry. But honestly, I feel like the fruit in the middle, if it was not Gravity, which I don't think it's Gravity for some reason, I don't know. If it wasn't Gravity, the fruit in the middle, I feel like it might be Venom, because you look at the tip and, like, you know, the stem. Okay, and the other fruit that I feel like it might be, other than Venom, you know, it seems like it's kind of like bat-like, and then it has like it's kind of like a human figure. Well, come and take a look at this. You guys have probably never suspected this, but look. Look right here. It looks a little like a human, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
although it might not look exact like it, I feel like it might be. Okay.
Okay, breakfast. Wrap up.
And now, my brother is going to tell us what he thinks these fruits are. So first of all, what fruit do you think is on the right side?
I think it's magma because.
So
like,
you agree with me, yes.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And what do you think is the middle fruit?
I have no idea. Like, what is this fruit? What is this fruit? I can't like. No, like. Okay, I have to remember those eyes. I can't really remember the eyes when I'm like.
It's kind of like an apple core.
Yeah, it's kind of like an apple core, but I honestly think it might be venom, even though the eyes aren't that like much like it. Like, look at those eyes. Look at the eyes. And maybe so, but those eyes are like they're mushrooms. They're like, look at it. They're mushrooms. I honestly don't have any idea. But I think it might be venom. It might be venom. And then on the right, I know it's magma. But on the left, I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know what.
Yeah, the left-hand fruit might be gravity. Doesn't really look like it though.
It doesn't look so much like pain, but it pretty looks like it, but not so much.
And one last question, I think, is I don't think. Okay, over here. This was in the last block, but what is this?
Why is he questioning?
Why is he questioning an small explosion? Okay, and we already know that.
That's a falcon.
I think Falcon's gonna get reworked though, because a poacher, you know, it's game like birds too, right? Like game, they like to. They're targeting rare wildlife, and don't falcons eat birds? Or sorry, fish. And a poacher is someone that catches illegally catches fish. So we'll see what that is. And then we see this in the background and a small rip that looks like magma. It looks like it's magma inside. It could just be blood. And this guy looks like he's in pain. Or maybe he's just scared. Yeah, and anyway, this was the guy that got his car stolen. And if you look in the background more, like, other than the dragons, why is there 3 dragons? I have no idea. But anyway, that's most of it for today. I don't think there's gonna be much on this, but I feel like this could be a clue. Cause like, what is this for? Why is he questioning this man? Why he looks like he's yelling too, right? It's just a little different. Okay, and also look. Does this kind of look like magma, devilish? Then this kind of looks like, I don't know. What do you think?
Go to the first bulletin for a sec.
Okay, sure.
So, this guy, I know his skin looks like a bit, if you zoom in, there's some red here. Red.
Mm-hmm.
And his face is a bit red. Maybe he's trying to disguise because, like, look at this. Look at this. He has a black coat. And then go to the second bulletin. He kind of does have the same coat, but
True, actually.
red.
That's a good idea.
Red. Yeah.
Okay, anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you liked the video. If you have any more ideas, you can comment them. But thanks for watching and see you. Bye.